Welcome back to the Kaleidosphere, a Dungeons & Dragons play podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nathan, and today I am here with... Wait a sec, who's that? That, green guy with the pirate hat. Oh my goodness, is that Grundle from the Homebrew?
Hey, I heard you guys were doing pirate stuff down here, so I came to see what you got. What you got here?
You're a space pirate. These are, like, actual pirates.
Well, there's nothing good here, just a bunch of doubloons and jade, and a worthless map. What do you got there? That's a pretty nice looking mic.
Wait,
Give me that,
no.
you piece of shit.
No, that's my mic. I need that. Wait, no, come back.
Next time you better have something good for me.
Well, I guess I'll just start over. Welcome back to the Kaleidosphere, a Dungeons & Dragons play podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nathan. Joining me is Jonathan.
Hudson Swift, who's in extra deep shit now.
Join us in the first interlude of this campaign, To Whom the Sea Belongs. This session obviously might end up a little bit cutscene-y due to the format of it. Hopefully it's still entertaining for Jonathan and for all of you listeners. Jonathan, Hudson, I should say, will still have agency, but it's not going to be like kind of a video game situation where there's specific things you can do in like a certain sequence to figure out how to escape. It's a more realistic, grounded kidnapping, and your captors are not like idiots.
Okay.
So,
or they could let me go.
I'm not saying you're not going to escape. I'm saying if you escape, it's absolutely going to be earned. It's not going to be like me pulling punches or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, you don't need to pull any punches because I'll escape. Hudson doesn't need anyone.
Right. Okay, so first off, Jonathan, you can expend a hit die and regain 1 hit point plus whatever you rolled.
Okay. I guess I'll roll a hit dice. That sounds okay by me. And I regained 6 health, which is actually not bad.
Yeah.
Alright, so did I win? Did I escape? I rolled a 6.
You're off to a fine start.
Oh, okay, good.
You regained 1 health just from waking up and then regained 6. So I'm actually going to be up to
7. Okay, perfect.
There you go. So when you regain consciousness, you immediately recognize that something feels different. Aside from being handcuffed and bound up, you feel more balanced than you have in some time. You realize that the wooden floor below you is swaying, rocking, creaking. For the first time in 15, 16, 17 episode podcast, you are on a boat.
Is it a boat or is it a ship? Can I ask? Can I roll insight?
I mean, squares and rectangles. It's a ship.
Okay. Well, I mean, a ship is bigger than a boat. You
Yes.
can put a boat on a ship, but you can't put a ship on a boat.
I understand.
Alright, so I'm on a
Is
ship.
your strategy just to annoy me until I just let you go?
Well, that is pretty much how Hudson does things.
So this brief comfort is tempered by the fact that you are a prisoner. You are bound but not gagged, and you do have 1 level of exhaustion from being knocked out in the last episode that you were present.
Okay, yeah.
Right, so you're in some kind of storage hole. Trussed up near barrels labeled things like salt pork, oranges, ale, a handful of other consumables. One of the 2 shark folk is sitting on a nearby crate, cradling a massive blunderbuss in his arm. "Don't even think about trying to escape," he says.
Hudson, is dangling, and he's like, I wouldn't dream of it, mate. And then, kind of tries to, jerk himself so he dangles the other way so he doesn't have to look at this guy.
I had not imagined you're suspended from the ceiling, so you can just roll over. We'll say you're just, tied up on the ground.
Oh, I was definitely going for, a Luke and the Tauntaun sort of situation.
Sure. I mean, do you have inspiration currently?
I do.
Okay, never mind that.
Or you can give me more.
Legal, or rules as written, I can't give you more, but this is an interlude. We're going to do special rules. You are suspended from the ceiling, as you said, and because of that penalty, you now have 2 points of inspiration instead of just 1.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
It'll be our little secret. Nobody will ever find out.
Except for all of the tens of thousands of listeners, or maybe 3 listeners.
Well, it'll be our little secret, listeners.
Right.
I'm winking at them, but they're not winking back. I don't understand.
Yeah, if you can wink back right now, we'll appreciate that. Okay, thank you. I see you. Yeah, okay, so Hudson, you have kind of rotated around a little bit so that you're facing away from this shark bulk.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to kind of sit there.
I think Hudson kind of like is swaying from the motion, and then after probably like a solid 2 or 3 minutes, he gets bored, and so he kind of like wiggles himself back around. He's like, so where are we going, by the way, mate?
We're going, not best of the directions, east, I think. I think it's east.
So do you know where the sun, do you understand what the sun is?
He just glares at you. Yes, I know what the sun is.
So you look at it when it's rising and when it's setting, and then you know where you're going.
Great. It's nighttime.
So, anyway, I'm assuming, me old friend Tom sent you, right?
I don't think that he called you a friend.
I suppose we're more like mates, or perhaps chums, maybe.
I guess.
I think he'd probably be, I think he'd be okay if I were to be laying on the ground, or, he'd let me have a few glasses of ale on this journey at least.
I can put you on the ground, but I can't untie you.
That's alright, just if you could get me a glass of ale, perchance.
No, I don't think I should give you anything.
I think he would let me. I mean, after all, he's given me this grand welcome,
Make a deception check.
Alright, cool. Hudson got a 9.
And, Rip also got a 9. I don't remember.
Goes to the attacker.
Well, yeah, but when there's a tie, when 2 people roll, I don't remember who it goes to. So
I think it goes to the one who's more handsome.
What? Okay, for the rest of this session, I'll look at the actual rule later. But for the rest of this session, tie goes to changing the status quo.
Okay, cool.
So he says, I don't know if I'm supposed to give you anything or not, but I'm gonna leave you strung up on the ceiling. I'll go ask and see what the others say. And he gets up and he lumbers out of the room.
As soon as he leaves, Hudson's, I think, is gonna be like jerking at the rope, like seeing if he can like rip the like whatever's holding himself, like holding him up, like the hook or whatever it might be, and like rip himself down to the ground.
Yeah. So for that, make an acrobatics check.
You sure it's not athletics?
I'll give you athletics for just
right.
getting unhooked.
20 on athletics.
Very nice. Okay, so you manage to wiggle yourself, and you fall to the ground. You're not high enough to take any damage, but it's still, like, any hit point damage, but it still hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And you are still, like, bound up. You're handcuffed, and there's a couple ropes around, like, your ankles and your wrists.
Mm-hmm.
Wiggling out of those will be athletics or sleight of hand.
Okay.
I mean, sorry, not athletics. Acrobatics or sleight of hand. You could just try to straight up break them with athletics, if you would prefer that approach.
Hudson's pretty strong. I mean, he's lacking in his mental facilities, so yeah, he's pretty strong. He's gonna try and just like tear through the rope, I guess, and maybe like break the like links of the handcuffs. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna roll in athletics here, and I got a 10.
A 10 is not enough to break your way out.
Hudson forgot that he aged 20 years. He's no longer as strong as he was in his 20s.
Right.
I think he's gonna try next. He would try like kind of like wriggle, crawling like a worm, over like into the darkest corner he can find behind some barrels like of rations.
Okay. So,
is there any chance he could like crawl into a barrel?
There's a chance. It's going to be a low one because the barrels are sealed for like seafaring, and your hands are tied behind you.
Yeah.
So you can make a. Are you proficient in sleight of hand?
I am not.
Okay, so just make a straight strength check to see if you can pry something open.
Okay, straight up strength. Let's see what we got. A 14?
Yeah, that's not quite enough to open any of the boxes.
Yeah.
So bound up as you are, I'm gonna say your speed is 10 feet right now because you're like your feet are tied together at the ankles, so you can waddle.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so you can move like without penalty, just not. I mean, not without penalty. You can move, just not very fast.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to try to hide somewhere, that would be a stealth check. You can have advantage for the stealth check since you have.
Do I see anything sharp or that would help me to like break my restraints or cut through the rope on my feet?
You do. There is the hook that was originally holding you up. Like, it's still on the ceiling, but it's not like a full loop of steel. Like, it's got a sharp end.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can make an investigation check, DC 21. If you meet or succeed that, then there will be something else in the room. There's nothing else that I planned, but just kind of for luck.
Well, I have 0 wisdom, so I'm going to make an investigation check. And I got a 3.
Okay. Yeah, so just the hook.
All right. Can I search for anywhere to hide? Like, what would hiding look like in this room?
Yeah. Okay, so the room you see is a bunch of barrels, a couple crates, most of them like wooden with iron bands. They are stacked up to the up to the ceiling on your left side of the room, and stacked about halfway up throughout the rest of the room.
Is there like any sort of keyhole or spy hole sort of thing in the door that I can check and see where people are at?
There is not a door, just an open doorway.
Can I peek around the corner and see where that shark folk is?
Yes, you can. Doing a luck roll for you. I got a crit.
Wow. Okay.
Extra lucky for you.
That's a first, yeah.
Earned a crit on a luck roll. When you peek around, you actually don't see him anymore. You see this like hallway extending out through the kind of part of the boat, but he steps loudly, so you heard his trumping kind of fade down the hall, and you don't see him.
Are there any other doors or anything in this hallway?
There are. I believe you can move your character, so if you want to do that slowly, I'll kind of explain what you see as you go.
Alright. I'm very nervous in real life.
So on your right, you come to a wide doorway. Again, there aren't any actual doors here, like those would swing too much in the lobby of the seat, but it's like big enough for a double door. And it looks like there's some
double door?
Oh, goodness. You did that last time too.
What can I say? I got no new jokes.
There's more crates and barrels and such.
Do I see any other entrances down this hallway?
You don't. I gave you very limited vision because like you don't have any light sources on you right now, so it's just what your eyes have adjusted to in the darkness.
Gotcha. Okay. Man, all right.
There was a lantern in the room that you were tied up in, but the shark folk would have taken that with him.
Gotcha. Okay. Can I like listen to see if I hear him coming back?
Yes. Make a perception check.
All right.
Make another luck roll. My luck roll's a 13.
I got a 20 on perception. I critted on perception. Great. That's
excellent.
Yep.
So you hear footsteps above you, and you don't hear any voices. You're aware this is a pretty large ship. It's probably one of the biggest ones you've been on. Like a couple of the stuff-held Navy ships might have been bigger, not by much. Like this is up there. You don't hear anyone coming back right now.
Okay, I think I'm gonna keep creeping down the corridor.
Okay.
Then, and hoping my luck will hold. All right.
So you make your way down the corridor. The wood creaks under your feet, and you come to an opening on your left. And ahead of you, I believe you can see this. Let me check.
Yeah,
ahead of you, it looks like you can see like a staircase that would head up to the floor above you.
Okay. I'm gonna go into this door to the left.
Okay. There, I would say there is like an active light source on the door ahead of you. If you wanted to go and take that, you could. Obviously, it would be apparent that it's missing.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm really not. Hudson is probably smart enough to recognize that would make him so easy to catch.
Right.
Like carrying a lantern around. Oh, look at that bright spot in the darkness.
Right.
Or like,
it's moving
why
when it's not supposed to.
Why is there a lantern on the floor, like, in front of this closed cupboard? Like, I wonder if he's in there. So Hudson's not going to grab that.
Okay. So you head into the room to your left from the hallway, which again appears to be just more storage rooms that have been sectioned off with wooden walls. So in this room, it's 20 by 30 feet. Again, this is a large boat. There's a couple doorways that lead to other storage chambers. Again, more barrels, more crates of food and trade goods.
Can I roll perception to see if somebody, like, if there's something sharp or something I think I can, like, wrap my, manacles around and break out of with that?
Yeah, that'd be investigation instead of perception, but the DC is going to be lowered from 21 to 14 to find something useful.
Gotcha. I'm going to use inspiration on this as well.
Okay.
And I got a 12.
Yeah, even with inspiration, not quite. At least not in these couple rooms.
Okay. Can I find somewhere to hide for the moment?
Yep. So make a perception check so that you can see what it would look like when someone walks into this room. If you get a 14 or higher, then I'll give you advantage on the stealth check.
Alright, I'm rolling perception. 15, let's go.
Nice. Alright, so stealth check with advantage.
Alright, stealth check with advantage. Okay. Fingers crossed. I'm not going to use my inspiration, but I'm going to stealth check and hope for the best. And I got an 18, let's go.
Alright. Inspiration wouldn't do any good when you already have advantage, because it just gives you advantage.
Oh, that's a great point. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't have gotten double advantage. Alright.
Yeah, so that's an 18. You can go ahead and put yourself, in kind of a corner with some barrels, just wherever you want. And you hear some heavy footsteps trunking their way back down the hallway. And make a perception check. This is going to be how well you hear some of what's going on.
Okay. Roll in perception, and I got a 4.
Okay, so you just hear some voices. You recognize one of them as the shark folk that was guarding you. You recognize you hear a couple other voices talking. It sounds like they're arguing, and then there's an exclamation, obviously, when they find that you're no longer hanging from the hull. And then just some kind of angry and frantic shouting, and that's really all you're able to discern. No specific words or phrases.
Okay. Can I check what barrels I'm hiding behind?
Yep. That is something I did not prepare.
Gives me a moment to think while you're thinking.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna roll a d6 to determine what is in. I'm gonna roll 2d6 to determine what's in the two nearest barrels that you're between.
Okay.
Salt port. And ale.
And ale.
I rolled a 2 and a 1. The higher numbers could have actually been very useful for you.
Of course. You say that to taunt me, my friend.
The voices are getting louder. They're moving back toward the prow of the ship. Stern is back and prow is front, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and then starboard and port for right and left.
Boy, I'm at a loss right now, but I don't want to stay stationary.
Right.
So, when you say stern, how far along the hallway would I think they are? Would I estimate?
You can make another perception check. I'm gonna have them roll some investigation and perception real quick.
I rolled a 16 on my perception.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you more here in just a second. I'm just gonna see how long it takes them to search the hull. Okay, it takes them a couple minutes. So you've been here long enough to feel like you've lost track of time the way you do in these sort of circumstances. It might have been a couple minutes. It might have been 15.
Yeah.
You hear the larger shark folk lumbering back up and saying, "I'm sorry, boss. He told me that you want him to have some ale," and then you hear another voice saying, "You think I would have given him that? You know anything about who this motherfucker is? When I find him, he's gonna pay."
Hudson definitely shudders, goosebumps on the back of his neck sort of situation here. And then under his breath he's starts praying maybe a little bit, but he doesn't really know any gods to pray to. He's just somebody please do something. Get Jack out here. And so when I hear these voices, do I think they're up the stairs or do I think they're on the same level as me?
Same level as you. You hear these voices clearly because again, proficiency in cartographer's tools coming in handy here. You have a decent sense of direction. So there was the long hallway running from stern to, what's the other one? prow, from stern to prow. There was the larger opening into the room on your right, and then you went to the left and into one of the rooms on the left side, or onto the port side of the boat. So they are at the doorway that you. Well, sorry, luck roll. They are not quite to the smaller doorway that you went into. So they're approaching. You can tell from how well you can make out the voices, but it looks like a couple people are still in either the very back room or the room on the starboard side that you only briefly went into. I will say from your 16, you can tell that there are 4 individuals on this floor besides you.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I think I'm gonna stay hidden. I think Hudson's a coward. Hudson would want to stay hidden, but he also is looking for anything that can help him, and he's gonna try to like kind of sneak his way over to the next group of like barrels and boxes. But he's gonna go into this corner.
Okay, and let's have you make a stealth check to do that subtly.
A 21.
Amazing.
My stealth rolls better keep going that way, please.
Wow, I got a 19 on perception.
That is crazy. I'm so...
So like right as you do that, the boat kind of pitches and everything creaks and groans and it covers up your kind of scraping and scrambling.
Okay. Can I roll perception on these crates and barrels?
Yeah, I'll give that to you without perception. Let me just roll some things for the other people real quick.
Like what? Like what are you rolling for them?
I'm rolling more luck to see like how long they take in certain rooms and how good they are at scouring those rooms quickly.
Okay, gotcha.
So I got a 16 on luck, which is good for you. Higher numbers for you are better on luck.
Gotcha.
Lower numbers are better for their like other things.
Yeah.
Investigation in a certain room goes poorly, so you can hear them. You're fairly certain they're in the room just to the prow of you, or just north of you on the map.
Yeah.
And all 4 voices are in here, or all 4 sets of feet. And you hear that same voice that caused like Gooseflesh to break. It's like, I swear when I find him. Oh, he thinks this is clever. Oh, he doesn't know what clever is. He'll learn.
Okay, yeah. Hudson definitely, like, his teeth maybe chatter, like, for a moment, and then he, like, clenches his mouth shut, like, his jaw shut.
Right. And after, again, an undeterminable amount of time, the same voice kind of breaks out in a burst of energy, and it says, Hey, Rick, guard the hallway. You two, check the north room. Investigation on the north room, or I should say the stern. It takes them a long time.
Okay. What does Hudson find in this group of barrels in the meantime?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, I need something.
Some more ale.
The one time you can't drink ale.
And some chainmail.
How does this help me?
I mean, it will make you a whole lot less stealthy.
Yeah, and I don't really need the defense right now, as far as I know.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I do, but I'd rather take stealth.
I'm gonna increase the table from a d6 to a d10.
Is there any chance... Shit. I should have taken the salted pork. That was a foolish decision on my part.
I have no idea for what. I believe
Don't
you.
worry. Don't worry, child.
I'm actually just gonna increase it to a d8 for now, so your next couple barrels might have more things.
What can I do with ale? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try creeping over to the next set of barrels. Let's see if there's anything a little bit better for me there.
Alright, let's have another stealth check.
14.
Alright. Let me find his perception again. And a 4.
Goodness.
I thought that was gonna be it.
I really did too. I was like, a 14's not low, but it's certainly not high enough that I would feel comfortable.
Right. Yeah, so you make it over to some more barrels.
Okay.
And you find some whale oil.
Okay.
And a box of cutlasses.
Oh. Okay, can I start like, can I start using one of the
cutlasses? All of these are labels. It's not like you're opening each one to see what's inside it.
Yeah. Alright, can I open the box of cutlasses as quietly as possible?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
First, it's going to be a strength check because of your encumbrance with your hands tied behind your back.
An athletics check or a strength check?
We can say athletics. I'm going to say the DC is 14 or higher.
Okay. Crit.
You got a double crit.
That's crazy. What are the odds? Woo.
Double crit, you don't have to make a stealth check. You pop it open silently.
Oh, perfect.
You are still handcuffed, so you're going to have disadvantage on any attack you make. But you are armed.
Can I, even though it's behind my back, can I, like, grab the cutlass and can I, like, try to cut between my legs, like, cut the things that are tying my legs together?
Yes. So, just do an attack roll.
Okay, with my normal cutlass.
Yeah, and let's see. You're trying to cut through ropes bound to your feet. No, okay, let's say you succeed, but we're gonna have you make a stealth check to succeed quietly. It's gonna be against perception.
22. Let's go.
Nice. A 4.
Alright. So I am back
Nice gods are in your favor.
Back to 30 feet. That's good.
Yep.
That's certainly good. I'm trying to figure out how to, like, get my hands free. So it's like manacles, right, that are...
Yes.
I'm trying to do, like, this in my mind. I'm doing this, like, contortionist. Like, if I hold the cutlass with my feet and I'm, like, sitting, like, crisscross applesauce, can I, like, rub my manacles on? I don't think that would work without, like, accidentally cutting my own chin open or something.
Right. I will say now that your feet are free, you can manipulate your manacles so that your hands are in front of you now instead of behind you.
Like, I can do the cool ninja jump over them.
If you want to do the cool ninja jump, I'm gonna have you make
I can like sit down and do it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna say that's still disadvantage on cutlassing. Just your hands are in front of you, which will help with other things.
Yeah.
Gonna make a luck roll real quick. Higher is better. 11.
Well, this is not terrible.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to trust my luck again, and I'm going to move into the last group of barrels in this other corner over here.
Alright, let's see if you...
see what we get. Should I stealth check?
Yes.
11. I shouldn't have said anything.
I will say you find, before I make the other person's roll, you find more ale, and you find another set of chainmail in a box. And they got a 12 on their person.
Okay.
Hey, you hear that? Check the room of the stern.
Hudson, like, in his head, very specifically mutters, like, 9 hells, mate. And I am going to open the barrel veil right there.
Okay. I know you said ale. I'm just going to remind you in case you think of the chainmail later. It takes, I believe, like 10 minutes to put heavy armor on or something ridiculous like that.
I got no chance, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no chance in this situation. It might help later.
Yeah.
But, so you can open the ale. I don't believe you could do so quietly at this point. Or, I mean, you could try to do so quietly, but they're, like, already in the room, so.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Can I try to do so quietly with a stealth check?
Sure.
Okay, rolling stealth, 11.
Alright. I'm gonna give them advantage because they're working together and they're already in the room.
Well, and they critted.
Yeah, so a 22, they identify where you are. Also, one of them's holding a light source, so there you go.
Wow, we've decided to let you go. Wow, you're a stand-up fella. You're so handsome. It would be a crime to touch a single hair on your head. Blood and thunder, mate. This is bad.
Alright, we're gonna need to go ahead and do some initiative.
Nah, I think we're good.
I'm afraid not.
Actually, you can subtract 2 off of that. I have an 18 initiative, I forgot, because I usually have my spyglass that gives me...
Oh, right.
An advantage. I have my proficiency bonus, so I'm actually at an 18.
Okay.
I apologize.
No worries.
Actually, I don't apologize. I hate you.
Okay, so Hudson is actually going first with an 18, followed by Tom with a 12, a couple Sailor Thugs with a 10, and Rip with the Shark Bulk with a 7.
Yeah.
So, you're up.
Hudson's gonna immediately try to knock the barrel of open ale over and try to knock other people off their feet or make them slip, or yeah.
Okay.
I've seen too many cartoons.
No, that's great. Do you want to wait until they get closer, or do you want to like drag the barrel and meet them halfway?
I would probably prefer to wait for them to get closer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd prefer for them to wait to get closer.
I'll say you can have advantage on that then because it'll be more unexpected. So
Gotcha.
We're going to do a contested roll. You do athletics and they'll do dexterity saves.
Okay. Athletics. And I got a 17.
Very nice. They get 11 and 5.
Okay.
So they're both prone.
Alright.
I'm going to do a luck roll on a 1 or a 20. One of them drops the lantern and it catches on the ale.
That's exactly what I was gonna do.
That did not happen from pure luck. I got a 14.
Can I run to grab the lantern?
Yes, you can. I'm going to say one of them is still holding onto it, so resting it away from him would be another action. If you want to action surge, you can do that. Otherwise, you'll have to wait.
I will action surge at this point, yeah.
Alright.
And is it an athletics check?
Yep, athletics against his athletics or...
Okay, 24. I don't think he's gonna do anything.
Yeah, he got an 18, but even so, yeah, you pull it away.
Okay.
So you're like over here now? Is that right?
Yes, I'd be over there.
The ale is spilling and spreading, seeping into the wood.
I'm not going for the ale, Nathan. I'm going for that barrel of whale oil with the lantern in my hand. I think... I'm assuming, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I had to drop the cutlass for the lantern, right?
No.
Okay. Oh, I could hold one in one hand, and yeah. Okay. All right. I'm holding the cutlass and
or
lantern.
even, you're a pirate. You can grab the cutlass in your mouth.
Ooh, that's a great point.
Yeah, hold it in your teeth.
Okay, I'm doing that, and I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna see. Okay, I'm gonna put the cutlass in the I'm gonna put the... Since I'm holding the cutlass in my teeth, can I open the barrel of whale oil? Can I? No. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay. I'm gonna stab the whale oil with my cutlass. I'm gonna stab it right in like the side of the barrel.
Nice.
And I want to start a leak of it. And then I want to push it to the floor and start start pushing it in front of me.
Okay, so given that you action surged, you've moved, you actually have enough movement to make it back down. I will say I'll let you stab it as a bonus action because it's an inanimate object, but tipping it over and spreading it around is going to be another action on your next turn.
Gotcha, okay.
Alright.
I'm also, you know what I'd like to do? I would like to second wind right here.
Oh, nice. Second winding is a bonus action as well.
Oh, you're right, never mind.
So you can do that instead of stabbing the barrel if you prefer.
I think I would do that rather instead of stabbing the barrel.
Okay.
I'm gonna second wind and get 14 health, I believe. No, 12. Wait, yeah, 12 health actually.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Nice. And all right, that was an incredibly productive first round of combat.
Yeah.
So coming from the doorway, I don't think you can quite see. That lantern's kind of unrealistically dim. I'm gonna brighten it just a little bit so you can see a little further.
Okay.
Don't say I never did anything for you.
You never did anything for me.
So you hear from the doorway. Again, you can't quite see the doorway. It's like just barely in the periphery of the light, but you hear Hudson frickin' Swift. We meet again. And an individual steps into the light.
Aye, who you're talking about, mate? Who's this Hudson you speak of?
And he will blink. Let me describe him real quick, and then I'll do his reaction. So.
Okay.
He is he's a shark folk. He's a little bit shorter than you. He's not a particularly tall fellow. Yet even so, his presence absolutely dominates the room. This is a man you know all too well. He's wearing a black Westanican three-piece suit with a ruffled dress shirt underneath, gold cufflinks and studs, and a matching velvet black bowler hat. A single gold ring pierces the side of his lip, and many of his teeth are gold or silver. His eyes are black and as cold as death. His skin is the dull gray of apathy, and his smile is that of a cruel joke. This is Thousand Tooth Tom.
Ugh. Dude, you gave me shudders in real life, like as a player, not just as a character. Hudson definitely like kind of cows down a little bit and like shivers, like ugh, like somebody's walking over his grave, which they very well might be soon. So
yeah, and he's gonna look at you and he's gonna blink. He's gonna yell, "Hey, Rip, who the fuck is this? This guy's twice the age of Hudson."
I'm no Hudson. I'm Mudson. Did y'all get the wrong, mate? Bloody hell, this Hudson fella really gets me in a lot of trouble these days. I'm sure he did a lot of things wrong, but I have no quarrel with you, kind sir.
His shark head swings back to you and he says, "You say Mudson?"
I be a distant relation of this fella.
I guess you know what happened to, your grandfather Morris then, right?
Hudson, like, breathes slowly, and he's like, I have no clue what you be talking about. We're really more like third cousins, fourth cousins, third removed. I never quite understand the difference myself.
Right, and this conversation is happening long enough that the two grunts kind of get up and move to the side.
Uh-huh.
And the shark folk appears behind, the larger shark folk appears behind Tom.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom says, "Well, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, Mudson, but, Morris went, he bit the bullet a couple weeks ago, by my hand."
Well, that must be tragic for him and his close family. I can't even imagine, but, I never knew the fella. I'm sure he was a great man, but didn't know a thing about him.
Make a deception check.
16.
His insight is 22.
Alright.
So, I mean, I imagine the way this plays out is like, there's some sort of tell in Hudson in reference to his grandfather that Tom is able to pick up on.
Yeah, I think Hudson was hesitating before he said all this stuff. And I feel like his facade was probably cracking a little bit, like even as he's trying to play it off as nonchalant and like, oh, that's terrible, he's like clearly breaking a little bit inside.
Right, like you got in your groove, but it took you too long to get there, and so... Yeah, Tom slowly and eerily, a smile spreads across his face, just hundreds and hundreds of teeth, many of them no longer actual teeth, but like gold and silver replacements. And he says, "Well then, Hudson, let's drop the pretense, huh?"
Who's this Hudson you be speaking? I mean, I be more... I don't know what you be talking about.
Past couple years haven't been too kind to you, huh?
I've never seen you before, mate. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hand over the cutlass.
I don't feel so confident about that until your men throw theirs down as well.
It's in your best interest to hand the cutlass over. You think we're gonna go easy on you if you don't? Doesn't have to be a fight.
Hudson is gonna throw the cutlass down, and then he's going to open up the barrel of whale oil.
All right. That will be... I'm not gonna have you make a check because your hands are in front of you now. That will be your action to open it up.
Okay.
Whoa. No reason for us all to go up in flames, alright?
Alright, mate. Well, I don't know this Hudson, but I'd rather die than whatever you're gonna do to me, or him, whoever it might be.
Make a performance check on a... it's gonna be difficult. On an 18 or higher, then you might be able to talk your way out of this.
Inspiration and... alright. Wait, you said deception? Or wait, you said performance, sorry.
Performance, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take my inspiration on performance, and... 19.
Wow. Okay.
Never say Hudson's not a genius again. I mean, Mudson.
Right, okay, so the performance is compelling enough. You are going to be able to make another deception check to confound him and make him doubt who you are.
I pick up by what you're saying that this Hudson fella might be a mite bit younger than me. So I imagine he has something to live for. Girl, perhaps, or dreams of the future, but I be a bitter old man. Sorry for our listeners who are in, like, their 40s or 50s. I'm just assuming in this world people don't make it much past their 40s or 50s. So, this is not a slight at people who live in the real world. This is just... This is good roleplay. You're welcome.
Quick educational, like, tidbit / correction. The low life expectancy that you'll see touted in history books and whatnot, that is a misleading statistic. It is that low because of child mortality.
Well, okay, thanks for correcting me in the middle of my... thank you.
I mean, like, if you made it to, like, yes, everything was more deadly, but if you made it to 50, you were as likely as not to make it to 70.
Well, in the pirating trade, maybe you would.
Okay, maybe not. That's fair. Pirates.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, sorry to derail you there.
Do I get, like, anti-inspiration?
No.
Gotcha.
You can make another deception check. Again, that'd be difficult. It's against his insight, and he has advantage because he's put enough of the pieces together.
All right.
And that's a 24 that you'll need to beat.
All right. Hudson is doing some prayers in his head to all the gods he can think of, which again are none, and he rolls for deception and he crits. You can't make that up.
Uncanny.
I don't think this is gonna end well for him, but wow, did he crit?
Right. So.
Oh my god. Not only did he crit, he got a 19 on his other roll.
Right. Okay. We've discussed this in previous sessions as well. Crits aren't a thing with skill checks, but I do like to reward them when you get them.
Yeah. No, I'm aware, but I'm really hoping for the best.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is say, like, he has still discerned that you are actually Hudson. But from just purely from the crit, you get inspiration again.
Alright. Okay, that works.
So he'll say, listen, Hudson, enough of this, alright? You know what I'm here for. You know what you're here for. It's time to square things up, right?
I don't really be knowing what I'm here for, to be honest. I suppose you caught me. I am Hudson, but mate, I don't know. Who are you again?
I'm losing my patience with you. We're gonna have to do this the long way, right? Is that what you want?
I will kill every single person in this room, including you and me, if you take another step forward.
He takes a conspicuous step
I would so much rather
backwards.
die free. I would rather die free than ever let you lay a hand on me.
He takes a step backwards, and he snaps his fingers. He says, Rip, you know what to do. And the Sharkfolk hefts his anchor and steps forward.
Aye, Rip, are you that much of a fool? You know I'll kill both of us. You know it, mate.
You know, you pay up the man. When Thousand Tooth Tom comes for collecting, you bloody well pay.
Aye, but are you willing to pay with your life, mate? 'Cause that's what I'm willing to pay. I don't have much illusion that I'll be living much longer after today. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go now on my own terms, rather than let you take it from me.
Thousand Tooth Tom will say from behind the larger Sharkfolk, Oh, Hudson, I plan on you living for a very long time. This ain't about that.
I'd rather die than live in whatever hellhole you've concocted for me.
Are you willing to put the money where your mouth is?
Aye, mate. Hudson, I think, Hudson would start, he's fully committed to this bit. He's gonna start, putting one-handed and, scooping, whale oil onto himself.
Wow.
He is he's a cat backed up into a corner, and he's got no choice but to fully commit. Right.
Remember, your hands are still cuffed, so in order to do that, I don't see how you can do that without, setting the lantern down, unless you immediately ignite.
Can I, if I were to... Oh, that's a good point.
Also, since you've been speaking, I assume the cutlass is still within easy reach, but it's not obviously in your mouth anymore.
Yeah. Can I just, dunk my head in whale oil?
Yes.
Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, hold the lantern below with my hands and then just dunk my head in and then, pull it back out and shake like I'm a wet dog and then kind of, splatter the room in whale oil as there's, just black substance dripping down my face.
In that moment of distraction where your head is like out of their line of sight, the Rip, the bodyguard Sharkfolk, is going to try to wrest the lantern away from you. So I will... He's far enough away, he has to take a couple steps there, so he's not going to get like advantage or anything from...
Yeah.
Like, essentially you would both have disadvantage, so I'm just going to say it's a net, like, contest.
Gotcha.
So his athletics against your athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, I'm taking athletics.
Alright. And he is good at this.
As am I. And I am not good enough.
12 and a 13. Agonizing. Yeah, so he pulls the lantern away from you.
Can I try pulling it back?
Yes. I will give you one chance to try to pull it back, and then he's...
Alright, I'm taking inspiration.
Alright.
And I'm rolling athletics again.
And he gets a 16.
And I got a 23.
You got a 23. It's back in your hands.
Oh boy.
All right.
I think Hudson, as he like grabs it, like immediately like puts it over the barrel, and he's like,
I may try that one more time. Try that one more time and see what happens. If you touch me, I'm dropping that and we're all going to hell.
Yeah, he's gonna try to hit you with his anchor.
okay.
A 23 against your armor class.
That does in fact. That
For
hits.
For 27 bludgeoning damage.
For 27 bludgeoning damage. I'm going to take the parry action.
Okay.
How much is this parry die? It's a 8, right?
Yeah.
So it's
So I
8.
think it's like a D8 plus your strength or something like that.
Okay. D8 plus... It's D8 plus dex. Okay.
Okay.
And that is 6 damage I took off of that.
So that's 21 damage, which is still enough to knock you out.
Yep. Damn it. Dude, I was that close. Try to just roll a little better.
You were... I will let you decide as you fall unconscious again if you drop the lantern in the oil or not.
I don't think Hudson was... He played a good role, but I don't think he was serious.
Okay. I was convinced, so you did that very well.
Yeah. But I think in fairness, Nathan, there should be a luck roll to see if the lantern lands in the oil as I'm knocked out.
See, what I'm weighing here is the luck and the realization that if it does and it blows up, you're directly in its line of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna say it doesn't unless I get a 20, and if I get a 20, then somehow you're like low enough that the ensuing... I don't think it would actually cause an explosion. I think it would just like cause a fire that's very difficult to put out.
Okay.
But like, I mean, I think that's more realistic, but it's also like D&D, so we're gonna say on a crit it explodes in Rip's face and you're spared.
Okay.
I did not crit, I got a 16.
Okay. Well, that didn't go the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. When you come to, you now have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And you are completely naked and tied down on a table.
Aye, this is a bit kinky, mate.
And kind of to one side, you know, your vision right now is just the ceiling above you, but when someone speaks, you can look over and you'll see Thousand Tooth Tom standing there, and he says, guilty as charged, I guess, but again, you know why you're here, Hudson.
Aye, but there are better ways to get me naked.
No, it's about the money you owe me.
Aye, you think I'm some sort of prostitute then, mate?
That's not what, listen, remember those loans you took out? That ship
No,
you bought?
I actually don't remember those loans. What, do you have any proof?
Yes, you signed the contract. I got it here. I'll go pull it out. And he does so. He proffers the contract. It has your signature on it, on a couple different lines. And he says, you see here this compound interest, right? And the ship you bought, the crew you hired, you're up to 632,000 gold.
I don't know. That signature doesn't look like mine. I can't read or write, so...
He slams his hand down next to you. You owe me your life. You're mine now, you understand that?
I owe you a good kick in the nuts, mate, but that's about all. And if you let me go now, I won't owe you more than that, but you keep me here and I'll owe ye a long and torturous death.
He bares his teeth in something between a grimace and a malicious smile. And then he protrudes a knife and goes to work on you.
Man, I really shouldn't be such an asshole.
That's 7 sanity damage.
Wow.
He's slow and deliberate. You know, he starts at the fingertips and the palm of the hand, the most sensitive parts of the body. Works his way up to the forearms to get a little bit more blood flow going so that you're lightheaded. You think you're so handsome, Want me to move to your face next?
Nah, mate. I think you've made your point. Alright, I'll repay you. Just drop me at the nearest port and I'll find the gold.
Your track record is not stellar.
Well, I was on my way to finding the right amount of gold to pay you off, but then you kidnapped me. How am I supposed to pay you off if you interrupt me profits?
It's been a year, Hudson. With
a year is
no return.
Well, has it been a year in Stoffhelden calendar terms?
Yes. Yes, you rat. We all use the same calendar.
Well...
Sorry. Can't get over you calling me a rat. That's so rude.
Well, that's your name, isn't it? What's your name?
I be Hudson.
No, your name is Rat.
No, I'm
What's your
pretty
name?
sure. Well, if my name is Rat, then I don't owe you shit because the name on the contract says Hudson. So I don't know
He
what
bites
you
your
want me to
pinky off.
Hudson like howls in pain. But let me try to get a shot at this. That sounded
That's
much
3
like
more sanity damage.
Mate. What the hell?
What's your name?
It be Pinkyless Hudson.
Your name is Rat. He bites your
Fine.
ring finger off.
Alright, he bites my ring finger off.
5 sanity damage.
I
This
be
would
I
put
be
you
a rat.
below
I be a
3/4.
rat.
So you have 1 level of strain now, so -1 on all d20 rolls.
I be a rat. Alright, can I go now?
Oh, Rat, no, we're just getting started. What's my name?
Sir Thousand Tooth.
Aye, that'll do. I like that. Yes, I like that. And he, strokes your face a little bit with his fishy hand.
Ugh. Or shark's fish.
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Yes, sharks are fish.
Audience, can you chime in on whether sharks are fish? And if they aren't, can I get some sanity health back?
Sharks are fish. I just googled it.
Well,
But
I
thank
just
you for
googled
making
it and
me-
it said they're not.
Oh my gosh. Information wars. Yeah, he will retreat and leave you just tied up on the table, bleeding from multiple lacerations and from a couple avulsions now. You're missing 2 fingers on your left hand.
Do I think that he's gone?
From the room, yes. You're still obviously on the boat.
I'm gonna start. Hudson would definitely start crying at this point.
Okay. After some time, he comes back in and he says, "Hey, Rat, how you feeling?"
I be good, sir. I've been resting. I got a long rest in since you've been gone, so me exhaustion level is down 1.
I'll give you a luck roll for that. 11 or higher, you have a long rest.
Hey,
Had a long
let's
rest. I got an
go.
18. 1 level of exhaustion, not 2.
I also rolled a hit die to get some sanity health back,
Nice.
and I got 12.
Nice.
Let's go. So that doesn't quite negate. I mean, now I only have 3 sanity damage.
Right. Yeah, so that means that you still have strained, but on your next long rest, you can make a wisdom saving throw to try to remove that.
All right.
Well, no, sorry, we've been doing it the other way. You could do the hit die and then do the long rest. So you can go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw now,
Okay.
DC 15, to try to remove the strain.
18, baby.
Nice.
Let's go.
All right. No strain. No strain for now.
Only 3 sanity damage.
Right. He says, "Well, Rat, I'm glad you're well rested. Ready for some dinner?"
I don't know that a rat deserves dinner, sir.
Of course you do. I mean, we're gonna be good friends, you and me, right?
Yes, sir. As good of friends as you want us to be.
Oh, that's right. We've got a lifetime together ahead of us. Let's make the most of it. Come on. Let's get you clothed, get you to dinner.
Hudson goes along with whatever happens.
All right. He'll clothe you. He'll take you to the mess hall where the
He clothed
larger shark
himself.
food.
How
No,
romantic.
he'll throw you clothes and tell you to put them on.
Oh, bummer. I was gonna ask how romantic it was.
Do you want me to luck roll that?
Yes, I do actually.
Okay. 16 or higher is romantic. I got a 15.
Okay, well that's like a enemies to lovers sort of situation, I think, in that situation.
Right. Like he'll still help you dress. It's just not romantic.
But there's a little spark.
A little spark. He takes you to dinner, along with the captain of the vessel, which is Grizzle the Walrus Folk, and a couple of the crew members. Both of the other Shark Folk mercenaries are there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and Grizzle and the Shark Folk are making small talk. Tom is making small talk as well. What is Hudson doing?
Hudson, I think, is sitting there kind of blankly, agreeing with whatever Tom says to him, and acting rather polite for Hudson.
Okay. And,
but he's not eating much, I will say.
Okay. Yeah, and the meal comes to an end, and Tom says, All right, let's get you back to your room, okay?
Aye, yes, sir.
Right. And he'll lead you down, and he'll close the door, and with his cane, he just starts laying into you. What, you didn't like the food? You want to insult Grizzle like that? Grizzle's our captain. We're his guests. How could you embarrass me like that?
Hudson, I think, would, move to, cover his face, and, try to, ward off the beating, but he wouldn't make, an offensive move towards, Tom.
Yeah, and, it's gonna lead to 4 bludgeoning damage and 6 sanity damage.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright. Hudson definitely doesn't do anything to fight back.
Then he tells you, Get back on the table, let me strap you down again for the night. You pathetic rat.
Hudson, bows meekly and says nothing, because he knows if he opens his mouth, it's gonna be worse for him.
Right. He'll get you back on the table, tie you down, and then he'll waterboard you for no apparent reason, giving you an extra level of exhaustion.
Gotcha. So now I'm at 3 levels?
2, because you removed 1 from the... Yeah. Yeah.
Hudson, kicks his legs out, of course, as, water's being sprayed in his face, but he doesn't do anything to, fight back or curse at Tom anymore.
Right. Yeah, after doing so, Tom will leave you strapped to the table and move through him. Pull back out of character for a minute. I have been mentally preparing myself to play a despicable person for several days, and it's still really tough on me, so I'm...
So you're letting me go?
I'm not letting you go. I am okay to go day by day if that is what you would prefer, to look for an opportune time to escape. I would prefer that, yes. Okay, we will continue playing day by day then. So it's been a couple days on the boat. Let's see. He'll come in on the next morning. He'll say, "Hey, Rat, I've got a question for you."
Aye, yes, sir. What can I help you with?
Favor for your master, if you wouldn't mind.
Aye.
And he's untying you as he's talking to you.
I would never mind something like that. Honorable deed for me, master.
Yeah, down on the, in the hole, the floor below you, the floor where I first found you again, there's a crate of oranges. Would you mind, going and get one for me?
No, sir, it would be no problem for me.
Alright, I'll be waiting here. I've got to work through some documents.
Hudson's just gonna go do it.
Okay. And, Tom acts elated when you get it back. He's like, Yes, good, Rat, that's amazing. You're one of the best ones I've ever found, right? You're a real keeper.
Aye, sir. Whatever floats your boat.
I don't think he would do much else on this 3rd day of the voyage. He doesn't invite you to dinner again. He gives you some scraps, some moldy bread, some lukewarm water, or lukewarm ale, I guess, because it keeps better on the boat.
Yeah.
He still ties you back down to the table. You can regain some health or some sanity. I mean, you can regain both, but remember, you only have 2 hit dice at this point.
Yeah.
Because you only regain. Well, you regain.
How much health do I have again?
You're back to maximum health after a long rest, -4 from the beginning.
4. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And I have 3 hit dice now, right? Because of the long rest.
Correct. Because you were down to 1, and you regain 2 every long rest.
Yeah. I'll use the hit dice for sanity damage.
Okay.
And I got another crit. Or not crit, but I got another max sanity damage, so I'm down to 0 sanity damage. I'm very sane.
Unbreakable.
Yeah. I'm incredibly sane. I'm maybe too sane.
Right.
I am the sanest president we've ever had. Cut that. We don't do politics.
The 3rd, or I guess the 4th night passes and merges into the 4th day. he'll open the door. He'll come in and start untying you. He says, you think you could get me another orange? Maybe a flagon of ale, too?
Yes, sir. Of course I could.
Thank you, Rat.
Hudson does it. He just does it.
All right. And when Thousand Tooth Tom takes a drink of the ale, he spews it out on your face. And he says, "This ale's hot. What are you trying to do? You trying to poison me? You don't think I deserve nice cool ale?"
I know, sir. I suppose it took me too long to get back upstairs. It is me fault.
Well, go get some better stuff for me.
Hudson runs back down and runs to an ale barrel.
3 sanity damage.
All right.
Yeah. That's better. Thank you, Rat. Hey, you wanna come to dinner again tonight?
If it would please ye, sir.
I want you to be well fed and happy. Come on. Guys would like seeing you again.
Yes, sir, and I'll make sure to be polite to our hosts.
Oh, I trust you will. Don't worry too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is still mid-morning, but he'll fetch you late afternoon from your chamber. I'll give you this because you're still pretty sane. Every time he leaves the room, you hear a wooden bolt falling on the outside.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And then he comes back and makes sure you're clothed. He's letting you keep your keep some breeches on at this point. Protect a little decency. Takes you to dinner. And it's the same group. They're pretty chatty.
Hudson eats what I think would be considered a normal amount of food and, responds when people talk to him, but mostly in yes or no, but he's very amiable. Yeah. And at one point, after some such response, Grizzle, the walrus folk, he'll say, This guy is this guy's not much fun at all. All he ever does is a couple 1 or 2 word responses I thought there was more to you than that. And the 2 shark folk thugs kind of nod along. They're like, yeah, there's not much to this one. And Thousand Tooth Tom bolts up and he says, "What are you talking about? What you know about that? There's nothing wrong with it. Don't insult Rat like that, right? Do not do that again." And he's jabbing at each of them with his cane. And they're all clearly cowed by him. And he turns and looks at you and he says, "Are you okay, Rat? I'm sorry they treat you that way. You okay?"
Aye, sir. Thank you for speaking up for me. I'm sorry for disappointing your friends.
Well, that was unprovoked. No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. It's that lot. They're all losers. Come on, we don't need to mess with them. And he'll lead you back down to the room. Mm-hmm. 7 sanity damage.
Okay.
I think. Does that put you back at less than 3/4?
Wait. Let me do the math again.
I think you were back up to maximum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd be at 20 out of 27, which is half of 27 is 13, half of 13 is 6. So at 19 is 3/4, so you're still fine.
Okay, gotcha.
And he says, he gets you back to the room. He says, "Again, I'm sorry about them. Believe me, I'll be talking to them. They need to know to respect you, right? Right, Rat?"
Aye, sir. If they'd be disrespecting me, they'd be disrespecting yourself.
That's right. And he'll put his fish fingers on your face.
Hudson returns a shudder though.
Okay. And he'll say, Rat, there's one other thing you can do tonight that'd make me real happy.
Aye, sir. What can I do for you?
Here, get back on that table there. I'd really like to waterboard you again, okay?
Aye, sir, if it'll please ye.
It will. Oh, thank you, Rat. You understand. And yeah, he'll do that again. So that's another... Basically, he's maintaining you at 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Oh, good Rat.
I thank you, sir. Whatever pleases ye, pleases your Rat.
Yeah. I think we are at an impasse while you are on the boat. Am I mistaken in that?
You might be.
Because this sort of routine could go on for another, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's going to be more of the same. He's going to keep you as consistently...
Well, when we go to dinner next time, what's at the dinner table?
Okay. So next time you go to dinner, we're going to say that's... You've probably lost track, but for, mechanical calendar purposes, this is 9 days into your trip.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same crew, Tom and Grizzle, Rip and Shred. And it's salt pork. You got forks and knives and ale.
Mm-hmm.
And some fruit, some citrus fruit, oranges and kiwis.
Gotcha. Can Hudson stealth check and grab a knife?
Yes.
Alright,
Perception 17. Ooh.
Oh, 10, never mind.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
saw
you saw
your
my
number as I rolled.
Yeah.
Can Hudson drop the knife then? Like, pretend like he wasn't taking it? He just, like, dropped it?
Sure, make a performance check.
Alright. Performance 8, shit.
Yeah, against a 16, so... Yeah, Tom grabs you by the ear, grabs your knife, and, like, pulls you downstairs. You can stop me at any point if you physically resist, but he's gonna, like, pummel you back down onto the table and then go to work with the knife that you were trying to take.
Oh, God, yeah.
You don't take stuff from Tom, you don't take stuff from Tom's friends. What do you think you're trying to do, Rat, huh?
I don't know, sir. I dropped it, and it just... I meant to pick it up, and then... I didn't know what to do, sir. I didn't want to embarrass you, so I didn't want to put it back on the table and admit that I dropped it. I apologize, sir.
Lying to me.
I'm not lying, sir. I honest...
Don't make that mistake.
Honest to all the gods of the ocean and the lands on top of it, I didn't lie to you. I wouldn't do that, sir.
Yeah, he's gonna keep carving you up with that knife and then finish off with another.
Can I not roll deception?
Yeah, you can roll deception. I mean, he's still. That's not going to change what he does. It might change his. He might believe that you were being legitimate in your.
I rolled a 14. Shit.
Yeah, he got a 22.
Ugh.
So from that whole exchange, it's going to be. It could have been so much worse. It's 10 insanity damage.
Yeah. Okay.
From like what feels to be like hours of knives and waterboards, and it's 10 sanity damage and an exhaustion. So again, with your completing your long rest, you'd be still maintaining two levels of exhaustion.
Gotcha. I'm gonna roll another hit die for sanity healing. 11.
Okay.
Which I'm trying to think, brings me back up to a 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have you make a wisdom saving throw, DC 15. You did get down to half sanity, so you're going to be at either 1 or 2 points of strain, depending on if you can make the save.
19 on the wisdom
Nice.
saving
Okay, so
throw.
only one level of strain. You can remove that this time tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, Hudson learned his lesson. He's not going to try anything else on the boat, on the ship. I mean.
Okay. Yeah, it's a ship, not a boat. Get it straight.
We're crossing the straits.
I see what you did there.
I see. The sea is icy. I know where we be.
Okay. You can interrupt me, but it will be a total of 3 weeks or 24 days. Again, 8-day weeks in this world. When you finally do dock. If you don't try anything before docking, then we'll fast forward.
No, Hudson. If there's not any day that Tom lets him out of his sight, then Hudson just kind of submits for the rest of the time.
Yeah. And because of the like psychological torture he's putting you through, but also because of your absolutely like unbreakable resolve, we're gonna say you maintain your current conditions. So 1 level of strain, 2 levels of exhaustion, and 21 sanity out of 27. So you're slightly above 3/4, but you're still at 1 level of strain.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so you all arrive at a port. I believe you would have seen this port before. Go ahead and make a history check.
Okay.
We're gonna say DC like 7.
Okay. 11.
Okay, yeah, so you can decide whether you've been here before, but you at least know what it is. This is Rixport, which is one of the prominent port cities of the mainland of West Danica.
Yeah, I've been here. Definitely.
Yeah.
Not for. I've only been here to like the taverns and the harbor, you know. But
Yeah,
I've
just
been
like
here.
stop off and resupply, all of that.
Yeah, resupply on rum, but yeah.
Yeah, so he, you are not bound up or anything. You're in like peasant's clothes, and I imagine your beard is pretty like full at this point, and probably disheveled. You know, you look like a sailor that's been on the sea for 24 days, but
Yeah.
otherwise you're as cleaned up and your wounds are concealed as much as possible. And Rip, Shred, and Tom will saunter off of the boat, and Tom will kind of gesture for you to accompany him.
I follow, yeah.
All right.
Hudson would know that there's not much chance of anyone in the entire, area turning on Tom or anything. That the city guard's under his pay, probably, so.
Right, and he'll take you to, like, a warehouse that looks kind of run down and crummy on the outside, but is absolutely, like, opulent on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
It says, pretty nice, all right? This is where we're gonna stay now.
Aye, it's gorgeous, sir. It's be more beautiful than I remembered.
And he'll settle you in for the night. He'll give you an actual bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he still ties you down to the bed.
Gotcha.
And then, as he does, he waterboards you, and then leaves you to sleep. Stop me at any point if I time-lapse too far. The next morning comes, and he comes into your room. He says, oh, hey, Brad, it's, man, I'm glad we're back in the town now, aren't you? Back in the city?
Aye, sir, it's be good to be in a lively place.
Right. Don't get me wrong, get me wrong. I love a good ship, I love good sail, but 3 weeks on the sea is kind of a lot for me.
Aye, it's be good to be on solid ground.
Right. Hey, I have a grocery list here for you. Can you go to the local market and find these items for me?
Aye, sir, I suppose I can. What be the items?
Oh, just a couple books and a few groceries. I have a list here, and he hands you a little piece of paper.
Aye, I can do that.
All right, hurry back. I am excited to start on the new reading.
Yeah, Hudson would just go buy all the stuff that Tom asked for.
All right, so you get a few issues of Exotic Fishes. You get a new dime novel from the archaeologist and author Divin Scober, and you get just some basic groceries. Some bread, some oranges, some fish.
Mm-hmm. I think Hudson too, when he's getting all these like books and periodicals, he would see like an issue of Tea and Honey Quarterly and like sigh and then turn away very quickly.
Yeah, it's one of the ones with Clacker on the front page.
Yeah, there's a little like sad song playing from the band outside.
Northwest Passage.
That's a very sad song.
It is. And you go back?
And I go back.
All right. Oh, good lad. Yes, let's look through these. Very nice, thank you. And he'll hand off the groceries to one of his lackeys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hand narration over to you at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to do similar things for the foreseeable future, so you can kind of describe how long this goes on before you try anything. You have been very cooperative, and he has no sort of magical way to determine your actual sanity level.
Mm-hmm.
So, blending mechanics with narrative a little bit, he thinks you're around what would be like 1/4 sanity, and you're around 3/4, and he is not aware of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can take over narration here for a minute. I'll step in when needed.
When is his birthday?
I'm gonna make a luck check to see if you know that or not, or see if you've been able to find that anywhere. Actually, are you proficient in investigation?
I am not.
Okay, just a straight luck check then. You will know on a roll of 15 or higher. It's a 1.
I'm like a husband who forgets his wife's birthday.
Right, well, okay, actually, that's gonna be one of the nights that's, like, particularly brutal for you, is he'll come in. Right, I can't believe you forgot my birthday, how could you? I thought we were closer than this.
Shit.
You, after all this time we've been together. And, he'll lay into you and all of that.
Boy. When are any major holidays or like feast days, times of revelry?
It was late spring when you got kidnapped. So it's early summer now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so early summer is going to have some holidays about the Tolden monarchy, Rickard Tolden being the current ruler of West Danica. Late summer, early fall is going to have like harvest festivals as the crops ripen and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're probably a week or two out from some royalty festivals.
I'm going to wait for one of those big festival days before making my move.
Okay, nice. So the continual psychological and physical torture is honestly at this point, like you're used to it. You can just kind of dissociate and wait for it to be over. Yeah, I mean, it's gone on for 6 weeks by the time the festival starts.
Yeah. Does he have anything special for me on a feast day, or is like he doing anything special?
He'll be getting ready. He's gonna like make some appearances. He's not giving any public speeches or anything, but he'll be present. He'll be enjoying the festivities.
Is he going to be drinking?
He will be drinking. Are you asking him about any of this?
No. I think I'm like observing what he says to his business partners and his like men.
Yeah, so he'll, because he'll have you present at a lot of his meetings, because he thinks he has you completely whipped. He'll, like, shout you out as kind of a status symbol.
Yeah.
And, so he frequently drinks, like, in moderation. You've never seen him drink in excess, but he's definitely a little bit in his cups, a couple days into the holiday. I'll say this, the first 2 days of the holiday, which is a week-long celebration, he will go out into the streets and he'll leave you locked up in your room with a guard outside. Actually, at this point, he wouldn't even have a guard outside, so if you want to make a move in that way, you can try to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, on day 3, I'll put it back to you. After those first 2 days.
Hudson stays patient. Hudson doesn't make a move.
Okay, so day 3, he's like nursing a hangover, but he's already drinking again. And he's like complaining about some debts that haven't been paid and some nobles he's gonna have to go rough up and secure payment. He says, well, I guess I shouldn't let this get too into my head, right? I mean, still, I can take care of this after the festival. It's a good time for everyone.
Aye, sir, to be a time of joy and celebration.
He's gonna say, yeah, go back to your room. I'll get you in the evening when I come back.
Aye, sir, I hope you have a good time. I'll be getting me arrested.
As he should. And he'll go back out for the festival. I will say, it's been a couple days of him being, like, particularly unconcerned with you, so he would have forgotten to, like, waterboard you and keep your exhaustion going. So, I don't think you would have exhaustion anymore. You still have 1 level of strain. No exhaustion.
Gotcha. Alright. And is the door locked to my room?
Let me check. Could go either way, because he's, like, pragmatic, but he's also drunk on his own power.
Yeah.
7 or higher, it's unlocked. 19. Door is unlocked.
Let's go! Alright, Hudson, like, waits for, like, an hour after he doesn't hear that, like, bar fall down. So it's the first time in weeks and months that he hasn't heard, like, a door close followed immediately by that, like, loud slam. So I think he takes full advantage. He opens it and he sneakily, like as sneakily as possible, but still going fast, kind of like half jogs, half, crouches, you know what I mean? And tries to make his way out of the house and down into the harbor.
All right, I made another luck roll and I got a 7. So you make it through a hallway before another attendant sees you. And he says, let's see, we're in West Danica, not Pendrahow now, so let me get my accent straight. What are you doing there, lad? Aren't you supposed to be in your room?
Aye, but Master told me to go fetch him some more rum.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make a deception or performance, your choice.
I'm taking deception.
He has no reason to disbelieve you, so he's gonna have disadvantage.
Okay, I got 8. Shit, he got a critical.
Well, he had disadvantage, so he got a 9.
Oh, yeah, but I still got an 8.
You still got an 8, but he doesn't, like, he pauses and he's suspicious, but he doesn't immediately raise an alarm. He's like, oh, very well, go ahead.
Aye, well, can you help me then, mate? I don't know where the rum is. He's never really let me down into the cellars.
Oh, fine, yes, it's this way. And he'll lead you toward a set of stairs going down into the ground. And then at the top of the stairs, he'll gesture and he'll say, it's just down there.
Is there a lock on this door? Can I see?
There's not so there's a doorway, and then there's stairs leading down, and then there's a closed door at the bottom of the stairs.
Aye, is it behind the door? I don't know. He doesn't let me out very often, like this.
Yes, it's right behind the door there. You just have to go down and get the rum.
Is it locked?
No, it's not locked.
Alright, mate. Thanks for all your help. I won't be keeping you from your duties anymore.
And Hudson goes down the stairs and opens the door.
Alright, and you're very aware that this man has not moved. He's standing at the top of the stairs still.
Hudson goes and grabs, like, 2 bottles of the finest rum he can see.
Mm-hmm.
And he brings them back
No
up.
checks required for that. You know your rum.
Yeah. And he brings them back up, and he like kind of nods at the man, and he's like,
Aye, well, he's got a carriage waiting for me down the street. I'd better be moving, otherwise, you know it'll be.
and like Hudson kind of gestures to like his missing fingers, like he like nods towards them.
I'm gonna give you a luck check for sympathy. DC 13.
God, this guy is not sympathetic.
He's not. Notably, he has all 10 fingers, so he has not tested the waters. He just kind of shrugs and goes about his business.
Okay.
He leaves the room, so you're alone now.
Hudson goes immediately towards the front door. Actually, the servant's door.
Okay.
No, the front door. Because there's lots of... I'm assuming there's servants in the kitchen. Hudson does this too. Like, he walks towards the front door, and then he walks back towards the servant's door, and then he walks back towards the front door. Because he's aware there's more help, servants waiting in, like, the bottom and the back of the house.
Alright. Luck DC 14 for there not to be guards. 15 if there aren't guards at the front door.
Oh, what a relief. Alright, well, Hudson opens the front door gingerly. He tries to go slowly as to not arouse caution, but he kind of wants to go fast a little bit and be like, if anyone asks you,
Aye, well, Master asked me to bring this for him and his partners, so I got to go.
And he starts making his way towards like kind of where the feast is at, like the center of the city, I'm assuming. And then at like the last possible turn that diverges towards the harbor, he takes that and he starts jogging.
Alright. And luck DC 13 to not be seen by any of Tom's associates in this town, which is very much in Tom's pocket. 9. So you are spotted.
Wait, what's that 14 roll for?
Oh, that was for an earlier one. It was the same thing as you were leaving the manor. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there's a hey, isn't that Rod? What's Rod doing here?
Aye, sir. Master told me to take his rum to him on his ship, on his yacht.
I think that's where we're gonna leave it for the night.
Oh.
You're you're being confronted by a group of first one guy and then a couple others come over. So there's now three people here. The docks are in sight, but so too is another eternity of slavery.
Gotcha. Okay.
This has been the Kaleidosphere, to whom the sea belongs. You know what to do. It's an interlude, so I don't feel like going through the whole thing. We'd love to hear from you. I would love to know what you think of this show. I know this particular episode was kind of rough, so I hope you don't all like hate my guts after this. This campaign is dedicated to
I do.
character relationships and friend relationships don't have to be
my
analogous.
character hates the DM's guts.
Okay, Hudson can hate me.
Coincidentally, I also hate the DM's.
This campaign is dedicated to Brandon, who we hold in loving memory. To Whom the Sea Belongs is a campaign set in the Kaleidosphere. That's kale, like the vegetable. Ido, I-D-O, sphere. Join us next week as we find out what's going on with the rest of the party.
I'm Rat. I don't hurt a soul.